Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Hunter x Hunter, you guys. I am really excited to see what is going to happen next. If you're joining me early today, you already know what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I am sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in that description down below. So, last time we really got to see Leorio shine, and I'm really grateful that we have this type of phase of the exam where everyone kind of gets to individually show off their skills a little bit more. So it's great watching everyone work together through like the other parts of the exam too, but here I feel like I am getting to know each person a little bit better. The only one we haven't seen yet is Killua. I wonder if we'll get to see him. I don't know, because if Leorio wins this time, then they don't need to keep going, right? But if he loses, then they still have... Then I think Killua would be next. Anyway, so, I mean, we got to see Gon just using his very, like, simplistic but effective, instinctual wisdom to save the day. We got to see Kurapika fully activate his abilities with his eyes, which it was very interesting to watch, and it was such a contrast to see how he becomes when he's in that state, but it was also just heartbreaking. It just made me even more sad for Kurapika that just everything he's been through and how it's affected him, and, you know, not even being able to see a spider. I too do not like seeing spiders, but for very different reasons. So I can't even imagine if I like literally could not see a spider without just like being triggered. So we kind of dealt with this last episode, this whole phenomenon, which I don't think it's become an issue now because I feel like Leorio kind of stepped up and got involved and it's not as much of an issue, but we did deal with this brief issue of kind of the real point, possibly, according to Tompa, the real point behind this type of exam, the majority rules exam, where, you know, if you have one person who's constantly getting shot down, that's going to create some hard feelings. That person's now like kind of an outcast, and eventually that's going to make your whole team crumble. I'm so proud of Leorio that he got up in there and decided to kind of take charge. And he really put some of his medical skills to use with the whole, like, is he dead? Is he not? And I was so proud of him. I love that, like, each person brings something different to the table. Because I don't know if Leorio, like, when it comes to strategy, I don't know if I'd call it exactly strategy. I think he can read between the lines very well. Like, that's one thing I was worried about with Gon a little while back is, like, how good is he at kind of, you know, shadiness? And I feel like Leorio he's able to understand it. But when it comes to, like, strategy, you know, you could take someone like Kurapika and he can just, like, super analyze a situation. And I don't know if Leorio is quite, I don't know if that's quite his style, but he definitely is strategic in the sense that he can get a good understanding of what's going on, you know, like what's really going on. And I love that his medical skills came into play last time. Like it is a very unique crew that we put together. The only one I haven't ever really fully seen, I mean, we saw him a little bit in action during the ball game, but Killua, I mean, that was just a game. I would love to see, like, what is he really like in, like, what would be considered, like, a battle. And I'm kind of scared because from what I've seen, I don't think he's going to show much mercy. I think all of those prisoners are going to be in real trouble if he does end up having to fight. But for now, I'm excited to see, like I said, Leorio do a little bit more shining here. He's a character who's really grown on me. And I knew from the start that he was going to be more than what he was presenting himself as. But I think he's just so different from some of our other characters. You know, like we have super trained Gon, who's like instinctual. He's just like an instinct genius who's trained in the mountains. We have Killua, who's like comes from a family of assassins. We have Kurapika, who has this ability and comes from a special clan, and is just like so laser focused on his mission to get revenge. And I feel like Leorio is like the closest that we have to, I don't want to say like a normal person, because I mean, he clearly is skilled in a lot of ways. He's come this far. But he is kind of, I think, closest to like a normal person that we have. So I'm excited to see more of him. I will briefly say that we had a horrifying scene with Hisoka last episode, and I'm still not over it. And I really want to know more about him, yet I'm just like so scared. He has such a great, dangerous presence on screen that like I almost don't want to see him, but I'm dying to see more of him. Does that make sense? So without further ado, let's get into it. This next episode of Hunter x Hunter. Let's go. Uh-oh. I'd tread carefully here. Oh, I knew it. I knew it's gonna be. Illegal gambling. Endangered species trafficking. Oh, Leorio, no! That's one way to put it. Interesting. Okay, I'm starting to think that this person is, I'm starting to think that they may be intentionally making things difficult for him. Because he wants to be able to inspect. Leorio. It's not a win-win situation, Leorio, because if you lose, then you lose. Here we go. He's like, really? Oh, and the fingers are moving already. Oh my lord. Leorio, you just lost though. It's all about the risk, huh? High risk, high reward. His fingers. Oh, God. So they did not show us any of that, which is a good idea. Well, I'm sorry. Why are you sniffing a hand? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Oh. Well, I mean, he looks like maybe he's in his mid-20s. So mid-late 20s, I would say. Oh, boy. Oh, he is a master of rock, paper, scissors. The confidence is going to shake him up, maybe? So then why? That's what I feel like she's trying to, like, psych him out. I feel like a lot of... Yeah, yep. It's all a mental game. Oh, Leorio! Okay. Then Yeah, and if he's easy to read. No, she can't. She's a gambler. She just knows how to read people. Oh, honey, no, she can't read minds. If she could read minds, I'm sure well, the stuff you were doing before would have been even more disturbing. Oh. Oh, so he kept his fist clenched. I never knew all of this about rock, paper, scissors. Okay. Alright, what's the next move, though? Oh, they just want the time. Ah, she's psyching you out, bro! How do you... Can we help him? Can we help Leorio? But she heard that. But she heard you. Yeah. Now you're just getting more nervous. Oh. Oh no. It's not a lot of time. Who's next? Oh, I feel bad for whoever's next, because... Oh no, I don't think you know who you're up against. Oh, you guys, you are in trouble. No, no one has any idea. Oh, guys. Oh, is he like a famous criminal? Oh my god. What do we... Jonas, dissector. Oh, no! Why would he be a part of this? Oh my. Alright. Okay, definitely a formidable person. Oh my. He's like, bring it. Oh, Killua. Watch Killua just like wipe the floor with this guy and everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, Killua. He's gonna do some crazy like assassin move. Look, he looks so angelic. Our Killua. Sir, you have to set terms. Oh, he just wants to kill people. Oh my. Okay, well, this is a very scary individual. He's like, okay, cool. Oh, a death match. Oh my lord. Oh no. Killua, he's about to activate. Oh, you're gonna die. It happened. Oh my god, what did he even do? I didn't even show it. What the heck? What did he do? Oh! Ruthless! Oh, that is, oh my god, it's his beating heart. Yes, you would feel very cold, I think, without your beating heart. Oh my. Oh, and it's still, oh lord, it's still beating. When's it gonna stop beating? It's so gross. And it stopped. And he's still, That's crazy. I wonder how, I don't know if I want to know the answer to how long a person can really survive without a heart. But that was pretty horrifying. He's like, here you go. He's like, oh, Killua, you are a bad boy. You are a naughty little boy. You are a very terrifying little man. That is an excellent question. He's like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you my new best friend is from a family of assassins. He's like, yeah, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. I really like my heart where it is. Okay. Are they friends? We're gonna have a little lesson here. It was not a technique. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh. And we're gonna get to see that little trick, okay. So he can manipulate his body. Oh my. A bloodless removal. How reassuring. Let's keep him on our side. Let's keep him on our side. Okay, well, next 50 hours should be interesting. Oh, and we got some TV going, guys. Oh, wow. All right, you guys. That was amazing. I knew as soon as Killua got into the game, it was all going to be over. Poor Leorio. He definitely, I guess, you could say that he succumbed to whatever, you know, if you want to say, like, weaknesses that he, you know, first kind of, like, intentionally losing that one round, for his purposes, and then, you know, kind of, playing into the sort of mind games that the gambling chick was trying to use on him. Not saying I would have done any better, but we've seen the other, like, prisoners here trying to psych out our crew, and in most cases, like, they're kind of able to sort of see around it, get around it, or just sort of, like, get through it. And Leorio, so I was saying at the beginning of the episode, he kind of is the one who reminds me most of, like, a normal person, even though he is, you know, I mean, not a normal person, because a normal, unskilled person would not even get through, like, the first 10 seconds of this. But, you know, he's closest out of all the people. It just really says something more about the other people in our crew, like Gon, and, but, yeah, he, and that's kind of like what you'd expect of, like, you know, just somebody who had not been trained as an assassin or was from a special clan or trained off in the mountains or anything. They probably would act predictably as that person wanted them to. But too bad. And I did kind of feel bad, because now I wonder, like, oh man, is he going to feel like, is he going to carry that with him? You know, is the one who lost, or, like, is he going to feel more outcast because of that? I hope not. I hope not. I hope it's just, like, it'll all blow over, because now they won and they got through that part of it. Oh man, I gotta say, they did an excellent job building up the person that Killua had to face, but I knew, like, as soon as that, I don't care what he's doing, I don't care who I mean, that was a terrifying story, just a random mass murder. That was a very, very scary story. But at the end of the day, like, Killua was like, yeah, they're just amateurs. You know, they're killing hobbyists, really, you know? Not professionals. His story about his dad, like, yeah, my dad, you wouldn't have even seen any blood. And just Leorio's response, I think, was hilarious. It's just like, oh, that's nice. That's reassuring. So yeah, so now, you know, Gon was kind of aware, now the rest of our crew's kind of aware about Killua. It does make me wonder, like, what is he after here? Is he really just a little boy with these unbelievable skills just trying to like have a good time? Like, where does he want to go from here? He doesn't want to be an assassin. Is this just kind of like his year abroad or something? You know, he's just sort of having fun. That's kind of what he has stated in the past, but like, is he going to be like in the future? I don't know if he'll still be around in the story, but if he sticks around in the story, like, is he going to be a hunter? Is he going to still like be kind of an assassin? Or I don't know. I mean, what kind of hunter is he going to be if he does like pass, which he probably will, and decide to actually go into hunting just like for the fun of it? It's very hard to tell where all this is going because he's not like a bad kid. He's just totally desensitized when it comes to the killing. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, what somebody left in my comments about, you know, this whole world is a little bit desensitized to killing. And I'm just very curious to see how we're going to deal with that, because it's a very unique thing. I got to say, it's unlike other shows that I've seen where, like, you know, we don't seem to be having a lot of, there doesn't seem to be the same moral implications, you know. So I'll be curious to see where that's going. That's interesting, but great episode. Oh my God. I knew it was going to take him all of 10 seconds. And they didn't even, like, we just see him coming out the other side. And I love how he just, like, set it in his hands when he was doing, like, here you go. This is yours. It's not in the right place anymore, but it belongs to you. So, so brutal that the guy, like, watched as it beat its last beat. So brutal. How do they have such brutal moments on a show that has like such fun, cute, happy moments too? They manage the balance pretty well so far, I gotta say. So, all right, guys. So now we're gonna wait it out in this room. The paranoid side of me makes me think like there's gonna be something going on in the room, but maybe they really are just like, you know, their penalty with the hours that they gamble away, they're just kind of hanging out in the room. But again, like, it's hard not to get paranoid and be like, what are they trying to do? What is this all about? So they're going to be like the last ones there, kind of, most likely, I think. So the one guy made it, yes, what's his name, Hanzo. We had another individual make it, and Hisoka was the first to make it through. So, all right. Well, we'll see what's going to happen in this whole room situation, especially now that, you know, we know a lot more about each other now. And some of the things we know about each other are not necessarily, I would say, icebreakers when it comes to building a friendship or starting a conversation. So we'll see where that's all going, guys. Great episode. Again, it's weird. I say this with my other shows. Like, it's weird to say I enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed seeing a man handed his heart, but I did enjoy the episode. It's kind of off as that may sound. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.